when we talk in this country, maybe I say, when you mean bless this platform, you could see say your good self and your entirety. Some of the things that are happening today, we have said it several times in this country that, and no matter be honoma, T2 pies are Ayawashi East in Comahasabe. If you say, oh, Debbie, now we are not feeling I ever can't me, I know more time about Jama and I'm saying, Debbie. And come away, dear. Maybe on a beer 1 year or a certain scapegoat to be, for lack of a better word. But no crap, I say. The NDC knows, the MPP knows, the journalists know that this is what has been prevailing. Where a conspirator talked about monocracy in our government of the democracy, in our politics. Various people of repute, Akasaba, Kwanya Sika, Enya, Kwenya. Now, you cover elections, Ghana, election headquarters. We saw people. A open talk. Oh, language says, we haven't seen all this before.
It's true.
It's a 70 bar.
Because you move back,
cylinders, nothing for a 70 bar. TV, we give political solutions to national issues. Sure. Because and away the system person, all those things, no, and Timin Koyam Rama or Mano Katum Famobra. The enemy say a Kotua bar. Sikasem any such a diano, and you're part of your battle. Simple. In Chemubian, maybe. But if you are the Sasu Sudiana, pa, a co, and Rashabidum, Sasu Sudiana, come Rashabidum, Abba, Obiaba coffee. Abba, why? So if we want solutions, sir, young Yapantai, young country, I will say, Sikasem. If we don't do that, because I'm expecting that the NDC will nullify this election.
Why should they?
Because they believe that Omununya associated with normal bribery and corruption when it comes to elections. That's the position they've taken with the election.
But the bribery alleged would have to be established. Say,
well, no, maybe I
have basis.
You don't. I hope some of them remember the BTA. Now, no. It's in the Nigeria, yes. Obia and Cherry, and a BBI, you who say Kivo, Gary, and you who say Kivo milk. Whatever I can't tell them, I told the young Muntia, Yantimin Jimunino. Say, I know your woman, I know. Do you also agree, say, you want us to establish, say, I. And Tumano, Kivo Garino, Cosiano, the 32-inch, no, I want to be established. Okay, I told him, yeah, establish here. About to be Obianco Chadi because Obia established.
Obianca's Obianco Chadi. The Americans say, you want to make consequential decisions based on assembly.
What is consequential about the Americans? The Americans say,
one who said delegates be a interview. And I will be Casa me Troma. Memeji Kivo Gary, who say any of the aspirants, and then Thomas Obi.
Okay, Obi.
Who say obedient Thomas Obi.
Messi, me pedia okay, say,
yes or no, near 12. Investigations established.
Me pedia okay, say, yeah, who be by who sent to money Kivo ni.
Among four, you didn't say okay.
Fortunately for me, let me use that route.
Okay.
Anna, that route.
Of course. Good.
Me won't Kivo. Me won't Kosia. Me won't Tuma. Me won't 32 inches. But the me can say, and Krata who do much rabano. Very discouraging. It doesn't help solve the problem that we want to fight in this country about
free
party, please. No be any hand of the mercy crutchy. OSP family giddy coach mercy crutchy.
Yeah.
Obi. But why the Baba Catcher will say, maybe apart from you, Baba Jamal Kaze, and the Stala, or Yada, Bruno, or yes,
and the interview our year before going before the committee. Or say, or no, not Onim Hoshio. Or say, or no, or say after the elections, yes, you'll be TV. But no, or say, baby, and that's what I was telling you, said, the Obe who in the video.
By your problems, we can't solve it.
So, we are aspirant. And a baby say yaba. And wabe family say lawyer. Yanko before the committee.
I don't have a problem with.
It's a question here. One question. Who am I? Him no. Obi who was out to make sure we say.
Patrol Debbie.
See, then what's your problem?
It yes, so we a problem in the.
Into omoye shishemuni via. Na say establish say ampa. Baba Jamal the fat TV. And I say, Baba Jamal's express instruction will be for TV. It's a different
one. No, express instruction, the one that makes us.
And I make at the end of the day, emotions.
And I make us say,
the party made a good move. My disappointment with the majority statement.
Yeah.
Say, without calling for investigations, almost the whole thing should be annulled. Now, you're banning all the aspirants. How would you ban them?
Okay.
Based on
so,
the.
Well, Obi, when a defeatee. Sir, I
me, I think
does it defeat it?
We focus more on the symptoms rather than the root.
That is my point.
And I think Obiame, the most reasonable on this whole issue, Ras Mubarak.
That's my point.
His write-ups.
That's my point.
The political parties know. We just don't want to take the hard decisions and we are protesting.
No, we are
are you saying, say, NDC and now say any of the political parties? So we are next internal elections we are on better committees at your mati. And now because I have Baba Jamali.
But that is my point. What we make a say.
Piece of what parliament we why not
what we make catch now say. Who's a cancer? Assembly bar. Ya be share na ye two as you also root no. Ya take on ye two as you preoccupam free no. We don't do that. We do political solutions. We do emotional solutions. We do targeted solutions. And yet a nationalistic solution. Into the next election I be no. These same issues will come up again. And then those funny comments from the OSB write-ups as going on. But you two problem now. We know.
And that's why me whom a majority for statement. Now me share for a science statement. Oman share for a science statement.
What is this?
Region be a caucus leader. In the half region, Honorable Alaji Collins Dowd and a sign.
What is this?
Honorable Mohammed Bawa Brahima for Ashanti.
Why?
Honorable Vincent Topon Samoa for Bono. Queen Star Poku Asoya for Central.
Why?
Joseph Apia Boatin for East. Alfred Okobana Man Vanderpoy for Accra. Bandim Abednego Azuma Northeast. Al Hassan Umar Northern. John Bless Oti. Andrew Darry Chiwete Savannah. James Agalgaye Upper East. Sebastian Sandari Upper West. Oscar Oforila be Western North. Isaac J. Mensa, Isaac J. Mensa, Western Region. Emmanuel Kwesi Bejra Volta. Dominic Napari, Bono East. My point is that these are members of parliament. They know what happens during primaries. None of these 16 gentlemen can say so. Mumubia and church during primaries. My point is that Ras Mubarak go back to the roots.
Let's get that solution.
The only time they got it very right, a timer. All card-bearing members of the party eto abano. And Ras Mubarak said, but for that policy, I'm going to be my MP. Because I'm a delegate system now, but it got to a point all card-bearing members of the party eto aba. You cannot bribe all of them. In another AFC, and that is what I think the party should be.
I am amazed with some of the things that we do in this
rather than the cosmetic way sustainable.
Very cosmetic.
How would you sustain this?
I am amazed. Then the OSP writes, because MPP ni NDC for Omana Montobi. Hey, OSP. Now. I don't get some of these things. Why? It's a committee now. Why
the committee is to establish if indeed Obi engaging in vote buying. That's the committee's terms of reference. They should establish so be engaging in vote buying, and based on that way, then the party can make consequential orders, which includes but not limited to say ombe annulling the whole.
Well, the media prescription is let all of us not pretend. Say this is one unique opportunity. Be an case. Be you about to massive. Say you about to have to na fena we be CBC done a broad in Tiasia Suntino we the media and look at the swiftness of all the letters about him. Is this organized? Because from her to her,
you can see also a genuine intention to want to do things differently.
But
as to say
in doing things differently,
yes.
Na Baba Jama Nkwana.
So it has to start from somewhere.
There be nipa by the contest here NDC for.
Yeah, we nipa num.
And NDC for the contest.
NDC for.
I hear even that the woman is serving on the board.
3 boards.
On the public officer.
Or a public officer.
What is the meaning of Baba Jama? What's the meaning of that? The other people, NDC for.
NDC.
I don't want to know their private life. they just came to power. And the motorbike back here say.
Bakuno che motorbikes 100 motorbikes to the number of polling stations.
So where are their names?
130. Yeah.
So where are their names? Please. Some person demonstrate say when you brace Saudi way T2 NDC amanyoko every neko monso bema. This approach is wrong. 100% wrong. It will not yield any results.
May I think, sir, if the party is minded, then they should go back to the every card-bearing member voting. No? Every card-bearing member voting had a challenge because amount for infiltratee. But because of that challenge, you don't jettison the whole policy. It was all plucking loopholes and then you move on. But I want to jettison the policy. And now, Omaba back at the same issue as saying about you. The response should not be victimizing one person, because even in this whole narrative, Baba Jamal and Kwani,
that's the point.
It's so unfair.
That's the point.
It's also unfair.
Because you're clear, sir.
It's so unfair.
Intent, no, is not to kill that Adiana Ehaya Mayo. It's just to target an individual. That is so unfair. Maybe you board me as also, or no, allegedly say what Jessica. Obi or NDC. Mobile 1 year, 3 months in watch a moto Makuma 130 or so. Omono. Because of the but the policy in elections is that we don't entertain any cash or any kind giving idea. That's the policy in our elections. And try to Becca say, me win and be say I can't say we dear. And then now about 20 course war, I was is NDC Amanu Koromania Bria. Or Moonfin shining in Antofon. No Musama, Sanko for number 12 Banibima, or Musanko, Sanko for the Ma, on Fanya Suchinis and Naoma, all other people in NDC. Equally MPP, equally every Ghanaian be a person standing public office, Biano, who must inducement every year a lead factor in your campaigner, you'll be punished accordingly. But not this knee jerk.
So anyway, I think the party should begin thinking around abolishing delegate system. We are getting
no politician ben metina ha onsu say sikasem no ebro adwene nti politician politician be dem metina on kase ne de sikasem no ama me ne wo kwa ye kase enche bia if you are not careful, criminals
now
there's criminals who are making money through no means who enter the system.
It's true.
It is a person and bring your boy a democracy no buy na ya man your sama ye no eho bani and munyam bamudia. We should start well by checking some of these things. But this approach,
but why I thought the majority crowd should have, my candid opinion, I thought the majority should have stayed out of this issue. Now, Omoma party, in dealing with the issue, because especially when majority members, under the guise of say Mokobon Sawa Amama, a week to the election, Mokobon 100,000 Ghana cedis. And from the get-go, everybody will go like 2 days to election in Po. 100,000 Ghana cedis. If people will go like, then what's the interest? If the minority then issues a statement, the statement doesn't call for investigations. Statement they say straight away annul the vote and ban all the aspirants.
So can we also conclude that because their interest was not served?
How do you do that?
Is that a fair conclusion that because their interest was not served, that is why they also doing it? Inference.
I think the majority should have stayed out of this and allow the Fifikwete-led party management.
Now, let's call this a fact. Jack, one year man yourself. Yes, no one kasa. Yes, no more any demo. Yanyan kwada biemo. Sometimes I don't know what they think in their comfort that they are planning and they are scheming and orchestrating. They think that it's a walkover.
Asempa FM.
Yanyan kwada biemo. Yo how? Me kan na musimi church amaso. Na me we from 1998 obi. Everything that we are Kumasi Road. Who will say we are not bothered by that? If we say we are not bothered by that, please, you can call me more. Obi, I'm not dumb. Me 51 years. So the politicians think I don't have sense to think. Why? I don't know what person just say when they go to their various homes, they are responsible there. We are also responsible there. Mamuntia we are we. Suko amuko enya kobi. Ka amutimi yatimbi. Esha amu etini etibi. If you don't film your film be, a good day, a crumb film your film be. It is so much yes, we put them where they are.
Kwabana meaning komu him rally and twas there.